All right, let's talk about something that's totally changing the game for language learners, AI. We're going to dive deep into two of the biggest apps out there, Duolingo and Babbel, and really look at how their AI tutors promise to get you speaking a new language faster than ever.
I mean, this is the big promise, isn't it? For so long, learning a language meant dusty textbooks and maybe some awkward evening classes. But now, the idea is that the app right there in your pocket can be a personal, AI-powered tutor, one that's ready to go 24/7. It's a pretty incredible concept when you think about it.
And yeah, that's the million-dollar question, right? It's one thing to memorize a bunch of vocabulary, but it's a whole other challenge to actually hold a real conversation. So we're going to put that promise to the test and break down exactly how these AI tutors actually work. Let's get started by meeting our two contenders. Okay, so in one corner, you've got Duolingo. I like to call it the gamified professor. Its whole AI philosophy is built around making learning feel like a game. Lots of drills, points, and repetition. And in the other corner, we have Babbel, who I'd call the conversational expert. Its AI is designed from the very beginning to get you ready for real-life chats. So right off the bat, you can see these are two very different approaches. So let's get into their first major difference, how each one uses AI to create a learning journey that's built specifically for you. We're talking about personalized lesson paths.
Now, when we say AI personalization, what does that even mean? Well, think of it this way. The app is constantly learning about you. This isn't some one-size-fits-all textbook. It's watching how you're doing, it's paying attention to your goals, and then it's actually changing the lessons on the fly to fit exactly what you need.
Duolingo's approach here is what you'd call reactive. So picture this, you're doing an exercise and you keep mixing up a verb conjugation. Duolingo's AI sees that immediately. It flags that concept as a weak spot for you, and boom, it starts weaving more exercises on that specific rule into your upcoming lessons to help you nail it.
Babbel, on the other hand, is much more proactive. Right when you start, it's going to ask you, hey, why are you learning German? Is it for a business trip or maybe just for travel? So let's say you choose travel. The AI then gets to work building a whole custom plan focused on things like ordering coffee, asking for directions, or checking into your hotel. Every single lesson is laser focused on getting you to that real-world goal.
So if you boil it all down, the key difference is this. Duolingo's AI is kind of like a super diligent proofreader. It finds and fixes your mistakes as you make them. Babbel's AI, that's more like your personal tour guide, mapping out the best and most direct route to get you where you want to go. Okay, so that's how they tailor the lessons. Now, let's see how that same difference in philosophy shows up in how they track your progress. Because, knowing you're actually getting better is a huge motivator, and AI is making that whole process way, way smarter. You see, old school learning software could only tell you if your answer was right or wrong, that's it. But modern AI can see the patterns behind your mistakes. It might notice that, hey, you always seem to struggle with masculine versus feminine nouns, or you keep mixing up the past and present tense. It's not just giving you a score, it's basically diagnosing your learning style. And this is a perfect illustration of what that diagnosis can look like. The AI can build this incredibly detailed profile of your skills, breaking everything down. So you can see at a glance, okay, my vocabulary is pretty solid, but man, my speaking confidence really needs some work. It gives you such a clear picture of where you should focus your energy. And again, this all ties back to their core philosophies. Duolingo's AI is focused on tracking your mastery of the fundamental building blocks, individual words and specific grammar rules. It wants to make sure your foundation is rock solid. Babbel's AI, though, is a bit more concerned with your readiness to actually use those building blocks in a real chat. It's less about knowing a rule by heart and more about feeling confident enough to use it. Okay, we've looked at how they personalize your lessons and how they track your progress. So that brings us to the final and maybe most important section, putting all this information together to help you choose the right AI coach for your own style. Let's just walk through this nice and simple. When it comes to learning style, Duolingo is all about those fast, repetitive, game-like drills. Babbel, on the other hand, gives you more structured lessons that are really designed to feel like a proper class. Now for AI focus. Duolingo's AI is obsessed with automatically correcting your mistakes in the moment, while Babbel's AI is focused on building that custom roadmap based on your goals. So what does this all mean? Well, Duolingo is often going to be best for building up those core vocabulary and grammar habits. Babbel really shines when you're trying to get ready for actual real-life conversations.
So to really put a bow on it, think of it like this. Duolingo's AI is your super sharp grammar spotting tutor who's always there to correct you and make sure your foundation is strong. And Babbel's AI? That's your personal language trip planner, getting you ready for a very specific conversational destination. At the end of the day, the best app isn't about which one has the smarter AI. It's about which AI is smarter for you and what you're trying to achieve. The real question you have to ask yourself is, what's my goal? Are you trying to build a really strong daily habit with fun, game-like drills? Or are you trying to get conversation ready for that trip you have next month? The answer to that question will tell you exactly which one of these amazing AI coaches you should hire.